can know, say, I no lie, me I tell. If that was a first world country, they might put up that video on the TV and say, guys, this was the last place we see him. He was wearing this and he was wearing that. And if anybody pass through there, so true, in the daytime, you just jog on the memory and say, if you don't see any little thing, you can tell we. You understand? You understand where I come from? But the fact that they might keep this thing here, they might keep this thing like a CIA, MI5, like a national security. It just look false. It look weird. I mean, if I'm alone, I find it looking so weird. They look very weird. Very, very weird. Because I'm telling you right now, yeah, you could have put up that video and somebody said, but you know, somebody pass on the rotted. You know, so one green car did start down, so one man did I put on one tire down there? And just because of the video and what them see, what them see, it bring back your memory. You understand? Because a lot of people now just hear it. How many are we? How many of us go out somewhere and then when somebody attack with them, say, oh yes, at the 26th we go down. Nobody now remember that. Cause right now life is too cantankerous. Nobody now remember say, oh last week Tuesday, the 11th. Nobody now remember them sitting there. You understand where I come from? But if you see a landmark or a video or an image or something, you have to say, oh, rotted. Me did remember some of that thing there now. Yes, one car did open. You understand? But why the police them feel like these are not public thing, public interest for them to come tell me. Why? Why them feel so? Laura, you know, say I send request, is it mistake or you want to come say hello to me? Because I know a lot of people make mistake. You sure you want to come up, Laura? Me take you up. If you don't want to come up, me put you back down. Because I don't have no insurance, you know, so me push you out back so make your job hard and so. Rotted. Where I do, Laura, I scream you tap and you make one next mistake again, you know. And you could have come up in the box and say hello to me. Why? You know, yes, I want vegetable tiger. I'm not going to eat you. I'm a vegetarian tiger. So I don't know you could have come up and say hi. Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you never hear what one saying we say. Them have a saying where they say silent river run deep. And I've been telling you this since yesterday. You see the brother? You see the brother when nobody not talk about, nobody not hear about. You see him? He needs to come right to the front of the line. The brother that nobody is speaking about, he needs to come to the front of the line. You understand? He needs to come to the front of the line. The brother that nobody is talking about need to come to the front of the queue right now. And you see that brother there? Me want to tell him say, that brother, me want somebody get a message to him and tell him say, me Tiger Bone say, you have the right to remain silent and anything that you say can be used against you in the court of law. They not come forward and say, who pick her up? Them not say nothing. Because me can't tell you no one thing. It wasn't Tommy that picked her up from the airport. It was not Tommy. I'm not going to tell you the thing I want to start looking to people. I'm not going to tell you the thing I want to start looking to. You see what them do? You see that girl there? That girl is a very clever girl. She is very clever. Me no want nobody take her for no idiot. She is a smart girl. And I right now I believe 100% that she is the one that managing the situation. Because what you notice, Tommy come out and Tommy mouth run out like river and spread out like sea. And what you say? What happened? Look on Tommy and look on the suspect, Mr. T. What is the one thing where the two of them have in common? Then come out and chat one time and then can't chat again. then come out and chat one time and disappear like water in a mall. Would you notice that? And my speculation, they may not speculate on weird and son. Tammy come out because she think it's the right thing to do. And if Tammy did not came out and speak about the Mega Bad video, I can promise you on God so would hear about it. And Tammy was just talking what she know, genuinely talking what she know. But if you talk, if Mr. T if you talk what him know, like what him know, and if Tammy if you talk what she know, like what she know, problem it a give. Problem would have occurred. You understand where I come from? And that is the reason why nobody knows see Tammy again. So all we I say, but Tammy should have come out and say Ray, and Tammy should have come out and say Ray, and blah. And no come, she can't come, then tell her if she not come. Because remember, you know, remember when them say to we say, what Jaden is doing on Perth Road, yeah? Remember that, you know? You remember that? Go back and watch the interview them. Right? And then Tammy say, when them watch the video, them say, where him a do on Perth Road? You get where I come from? Where him a do on Perth Road? And a Tammy said that, so I be a two different story them having no. Be a two different story. Be a two different story. You understand where I come from? But I'm going to tell you something right now. And this is my honest as God opinion. They told him to meet them somewhere. And right now, I feel like I can go up and one him and say, fuck, they tell him to meet him somewhere. And then, which part they tell him to meet him? They tell him to meet him at a quiet place where there would be no camera, all of this thing, which is the back road where everybody talk about.
Tiger, it's a bit noisy where I am, but I just wanted to ask you a question, yeah? What my question is that, why, even if the situation with his mother, yeah? Why wasn't that one of the first places they checked?
And this is what I know. And I asked myself that same question because even though in one of the interview, the mother said them still have even questioned she. And you that think it's a normal thing. You that think it's a normal thing for every single family member get questioned and put their mind at ease. But if she can say days after that she still haven't get questioned by the police. So you have to ask the question, does these police actually care?
No, but
You understand?
to this, yeah? If I'm a mother, yeah, and I have a son, and for any reason he can go to his granny, imagine his nan, my mum lives around the corner, right? Despite I'm not talking to my mum, that's the first place I would check on my way to probably the school.
So and this is what I am saying. So these police officers, and I don't think in no way, shape, or form that they are income. I don't think they don't know what to do. I think they just genuinely, as I said, there's rules and laws down there to look and protect people, but we just need the right person to enforce it. Empress, morning, my darling. You understand where I come from? We just need the right persons down there to enforce them because the law is actually there. The law is actually there. Because in a situation like this, both sides of the family them should have been checked out. Their yard should be searched. Both sides, every single family member that they can identify, their yard should be searched. Because, as I said, from the beginning, it could have been a case where he called the other side of family and tell them that, oh, the baby hurt himself, and them a plan to beat me, and the other side of family come pick him up. And that's not what I'm saying happened. I'm just saying that could have been a situation. So the police, them duty was to make sure them search every family member where them can identify from both sides of the family to make sure that he's not there first thing and first. But however, I feel what really happened that day when he come from school, when they told him to go and meet them, they did meet him. And I feel like they bring him somewhere and he was away from school and everybody up until Friday night. You understand? Up until Friday night, he was with them moving all over the place. So right now, I'm going to tell you, say, Damar and the other brother will live at the yard and Shanice, those are the three people that need to say what happened to this child. I'm telling you, and I will put everything I own on that. Them three people need to come forward and say what happened to this kid. Because I'm telling you, everybody know about it, but them three people are responsible for it. Everybody in that family there, Mr. T, St. Elizabeth, morning, my darling. Mr. T knows about it. The auntie, she knows about it. But the three people that respond for it is Damar, Shanice, and the other brother. Okay? And if these police in Jamaica interested and really don't want Jaden to become a cold case, a missing cold case, they should go and interrogate Damar, Shanice, and the next brother. Right now, I can tell you something. Damar and that brother there, the latest on the matter is that the police, they need to go and get their hands on Damar. They need to get their hands on Shanice, and they need to get their hand on the other brother. Okay? And one of those three people, they are able to tell us word for word everything. No. And this is what I am saying. This is like a riddle. This is like a riddle. You know when somebody asks you a riddle? You know when somebody asks you a riddle and somebody said, what goes in hard and come back out, and you have to come back and you spit it out soft. Okay, listen to this. What goes in hard and you spit it out soft? What goes in hard and you get soft and you spit it out? What is that? That's a chewing gum. But all who didn't know that answer, your mind will be running different. And be honest, your mind would be running completely different because you're going to say the things that is most obvious. For example, if I was to ask you, what gain is head at night and lose it is head at morning? And I am being genuine, because this is what I am going to say is going to make sense to you. What? Brother, big up yourself, my darling. What gain its head at night and lose its head in the morning? Don't Google it, just answer the question. Do not Google it, answer the question. But I'm going to show you because what I'm trying to say is going to make sense. What gain its head at night and lose its head in the morning? Guys, come now, man. Come now, me I show you, can explain this thing to you, Explain the thing. Why me I go show you why me I explain, why me say that. I'm not even making no joke. A turtle. Okay. And now, to that question, the obvious answer would be a turtle, because the turtle push out head and dry the head, right? Exactly. And the answer is not a turtle. You get where I come from? So, when them a give way some scenario, I make we, because them what them are doing, them are dash out some little story give way, and we say, oh yes, I say, I know, so you go. It's not so you go. Tommy is not a part of it. Tommy is not. Me never tell you if you go Google nothing. Gabriella, me never tell you if you go Google it. You're too fast with yourself. Me never tell you if you go Google it. Me say guess the answer and guess the most obvious one. Cause what if you Google the answer, it not forget that question, man. Cause if you Google it now what me I say now go make sense if you don't Google it. But what me I try to show no, me just want to tell me the most obvious answer. What you think would have been, and that would be the answer. So when them dash out them little obviously thing around the place, so we are say, oh, a Tommy, and we are say, oh, a Mr. T, we are look way past the actually culprit when we are do that. And that is what I am trying to explain right here, so right now. So when we are say, you see, we are say, oh, a Tommy, cause them say, Ray. No, Tommy have a smoke scream, and then you know say if we are blame Tommy feet and then no say no Tommy, then no Tommy now go get no problem feet because it's not Tommy. The 3 person who, and let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I talk from my heart. I don't feel like there was no planting. It wasn't a planting. Okay? It wasn't a planting, and it was no reason hungry or ill-treated. It was none of that. It was purely everything start from the baby being hurt. That's what they feel. They feel like hurricane in favor, but let me tell you something. God are God. All in a hurricane, God are God. All in a volcano, God are God. In the middle of the storm, God are God. And if this Bible is anything to go by, remember they say shot the swallow people and pick them out back. Shot the swallow Jonah and pick them out back. Daniel did go in the lion den and never get a bite, never get a shot. 3 man walk in the fire and 4 walk. Then see 4 in and 3 walk back out. If me Bible anything to go by, God are God. The strongest and the tallest and the biggest man on the earth, Goliath, one little short man,